It used to be when you thought of entertainment media, your mind went straight to movies and TV. But video games have had a larger spot in the entertainment industry over the past 3 decades. In fact, according to the Entertainment Software Association's 2014 Sales Demographics and Usage Report, 59% of Americans play video games. I have personally been playing video games for over 20 years. Video games have had a fascinating evolution, from the ability to manipulate a single pixel on screen to being able to experience interactive 3D worlds. From simply being a test in eye-hand coordination to being a comprehensive storytelling medium that continues to push the limits of interactive narrative today. Looking at video games today, it's easy to forget that they had rather humble beginnings. The first instance of what you can consider a video game was in 1959 on the PDP-1 computers with a game called Space War. Space War was initially developed as a demonstration tool for the PDP-1's monitors. It was popular, but not popular enough to ignite industry. That wasn't until 1977 when Nolan Bushnell founded Atari. And with the release of the Atari 2600, the floodgates were opened. Competition fueled innovation, and every tech company wanted a piece of the pie. But video games didn't really hit their stride until 1983 with the release of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo was responsible for some of the most iconic characters in gaming, like the Super Mario Brothers, Link from The Legend of Zelda, Samus from Metroid, and Donkey Kong. With each successive console generation, graphics improved as well as game mechanics. And one of the biggest improvements in game mechanics over the years came in the late 1990s with the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. And that was the ability to control a 360-degree camera while full motion controls in a 3D world. While the N64 and the PlayStation 1's abilities were comparable, Sony made the wise decision in moving their PlayStation platform towards abandoning the cartridge paradigm in favor of compact discs. Among other things, compact discs allowed for the implementation of FMVs, or full-motion videos. FMVs were fully animated or CGI cutscenes that drove narrative forward in games. This was noted heavily in Final Fantasy VII. Tom Bissell, in his 2010 book, Extra Lives: Why Video Games Matter, stated that Final Fantasy VII awoke American gaming to the possibilities of narrative dynamism and the importance of relatively developed characters. FMVs had their day in the sun, but eventually in-game graphics just became powerful enough to implement narrative cutscenes seamlessly with gameplay and narrative. And with the big push in the industry towards focus on narrative as well as gameplay, companies emerged like BioWare, which set a standard for narrative for storytelling in video games, marked by the Mass Effect series, which allowed players to dynamically affect both character development and the progress of the story. Now that video games are more accepted in popular culture in the mainstream, tech companies have started implementing video games in newer technologies. For instance, according to the same Entertainment Software Association's report, there's been an increase of 55% of mobile game usage between the years of 2012 and 2013. Video game technology is also being implemented in other fields. For example, in the September 2007 issue of Rethinking History, Brian Rejak discussed using the 2005 game Brothers in Arms as an educational tool using detailed visual reenactments. Video game tech is also being used in the healthcare fields. For example, in the February 28, 2013 issue of Nature, neuroscientists suggest that by determining what game components benefit or negatively affect the brain, we could develop games that promote mental well-being. Looking back, it's hard to believe video games went from being a simple novelty to being a $60 billion industry. The future of video games is a great and exciting frontier, with advancements in neuroscience, virtual reality headsets, and integrated peripheral technology promise to bring amazing new worlds for people to experience in ways we never thought possible. I, for one, can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you.